Hello everyone, my name is HERCULE and welcome back to another SH Figuarts review. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the one and only, the champ of the World Martial Arts Tournament, Mr. Satan. He's a second-hand figure, so he's already open and everything. I already took a look at him and everything like that. He is perfectly fine, although there were a couple of issues that I had to take care of before actually getting this video up and running pretty much. So he is pretty much from the same batch, or from the same dude that I got the Frieza, first form Frieza from. So yeah, this one kind of suffered a couple of more issues. It was just dirty. That's the thing. So besides that, I made sure that the figure was actually fully clean and accurate, and made sure that everything was in the actual packaging. So it should be perfectly fine now. So without further ado, let's just get him out and see how he looks. Alright, so here we have Mr. Satan, or Hercule, depending on how you want to refer to him. But honestly, just first initial thoughts, he looks absolutely amazing. Especially for a figure that came out a while ago, for sure. Now, after sort of going over a couple of things, and especially reading the instructions and everything like that, he comes with a bunch of different belts that we'll take a look at in the accessory version section. But he initially comes with his cape. The cape itself does have a nice, nice in the implication that it has some shading, but it's kind of rough and not necessarily applied in an effective manner. That's something that definitely stands out for sure. It's probably a lot more visually unappealing in person than it is in the camera. In the camera, it actually, just looking at it, there's more gradients because of my lighting and everything like that. But if you were to actually have it, it doesn't look that appealing. He does have some shading in the pants as well. The shading on the pants looks a lot better for sure. The paint applications on his little like chest hairs and arm hairs look pretty good too. Very nicely done. And the beard, sort of like the shaved beard on the faceplate, looks good as well. Can you focus, please? Thank you. So this guy looks amazing already in terms of aesthetics and whatnot. So this is how he comes right out of the package initially. I've taken a look at other pictures and everything because, again, this is a second-hand figure. Someone else had it, so I have to sort of do my own research because it's not fresh out of the package. So moving on to the articulation section for the head. I forgot what type of sort of, well, that is not what I wanted to do, but, wait, let me see if I can do it. Alright, so I just had to take off the actual faceplate. He does have a ball hinge, so it is part of like that era where it had a ball hinge instead of a double ball peg. But if this ever happens to you, you can just put his faceplate back on. This is one of those figures that the hair is completely seamless and the sculpt doesn't get broken up by a hairpiece in the middle or in the very front, which is really nice. I actually really do like that. So he can look down about that far. It's all right. Look up with his cape that far. But if we were to take off his cape, which I actually will, so just to show this real quick, because it is sort of part of the articulation. He does, like, his cape does attach on the back of him. You can see this right here. As part of the accessory, he does come with a piece for the back. Let me get that out since I have it right here. It's kind of hard to get it out because it's a completely flat piece. There we go. Got it. So I think for the time's sake, I'm just going to put this little thing on him. And you can just pop it up like this. You can just push down on here on the back of it and it comes right out. Super easy and manageable. So overall, pretty good look to him. So just let me pop this back on him. For the shoulders, he can do a completely good T-pose for that. And of course, rotate his arms full 360 degrees, which is awesome. He does have a bicep swivel. Butterfly joint, not the greatest for sure. It does lack some range of movement, especially because of the clothing and the way that they did his sculpt. So not the greatest, but it works a little bit. So you won't be able to get those really good fighting poses if you wanted to, which does suck. And again, he does have the bicep swivel, as I already mentioned. A double jointed elbow that works okay. It gets you to about 90 degrees on that. And of course, the ball hinge hands that you can use to rotate them, swivel, and go back and forth however you want to. For the actual chest, he can crunch forward about that far, which is actually really good, and crunch backwards about this far. But he does have sort of like a connection that you can use to get him further back a little bit, but he does get a big gap on his chest. And of course, you can swivel him side to side, rock him side to side as well. For the legs, in terms of the actual like articulation for the legs, that's as far as you're gonna get with the leg itself because of the fabric. And you could actually split the fabric a little bit. So it's not fabric, it's just soft plastic, but just do be careful with these two ends. You could split them very easily. Kicks about forward about that much if you push it. Again, I'm definitely already straining it and splitting it out, but it's okay. And then kick backwards about that far. Double jointed knee, which actually looks pretty decent, not too bad. No boot swivel and a foot ankle rocker about and an ankle rocker that goes forward about that far and backwards about that far. Not the greatest. And a toe hinge, which does not look too appealing either. So articulation really isn't the strongest suit for this guy. Hopefully in the future we can get a newly articulated Hercule with a cloth outfit. But just to keep it moving here, let's take out almost all of his accessories. Why would I take a look at just a couple? But let's look at his accessories, and then we'll come back. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Alright, so in terms of the accessories, he surprisingly comes with a really decent amount of accessories, especially for a figure of his age. Well, he's not extremely old, but again, he's not available anywhere right now until they do a reissue for this guy. But in terms of the accessories, we do come with 3 different faceplates. One where he is completely shocked, or where he got punched by Trunks or someone else stronger than him, of course. A sort of like, I'm the world champion faceplate, kind of like shouting. And a happy expression, which looks really, really good. They look amazing. He does come with a little doggy for Boo and himself, which is awesome. I like it. Very nicely done. It's in a fixed position, which it's alright. So I have no issue with it whatsoever. And of course, we have sort of like just rotation at the head if you want to like put him in a pose or something, you know. So he also comes with 2 sort of fighting stance hands, which looks awesome. 2 peace sign hands, and a thumbs up hand, or a thumbs down, depending on what you want to use it for. I think this is mostly for a thumbs down, and then of course for a pointing hand of like, I'm gonna get ya type of thing. So yeah, overall very nice hands here. And in terms of the actual like championship belts and everything that he has, so the initial one that he comes with is the one from the Boo Saga. If you look up sort of like the images that he was, or the sort of like sashes and championship belts that he was wearing back in the Boo Saga, you'll notice that it has this symbol right here for the one specifically for the Cell Saga. So it comes with this one with the little eagle in the front and with the little sort of demon logo on there. So again, this one is for the Cell Saga, the other one is for the Boo Saga. And of course, if you don't want to use either one of the championship belts, he does have the sash that he uses in both the Cell Saga and the Boo Saga. So very nicely done for this figure. And of course, we have his cape as well. I don't think I'm going to use it, but it looks good nonetheless. Now, going to my final thoughts for this figure, I do think this figure is fairly nice, and I really do like it. But I cannot get over the fact that it does not have the best articulation in the current scene, for sure. So that really does bring it down to me, for me, a little bit. So overall, I'm gonna give this figure... Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give it a 6. Now, the reason why I'm giving it a 6, I do think he looks amazing. I do think he has a decent amount of accessories, but really the articulation just doesn't work that well with them. Actually, no, bump it up to a 7, because I was thinking of who I gave like the worst score recently, and that was King Cold, and that was a 5. He is nowhere near there. So a 7, I think, is more than enough for this guy. He's a good figure, but with very limited posability for sure, especially in the leg area, which does suck. Again, hoping that in the future we do get another Hercule that has updated technology for the figure himself, but I do think that they're just going to re-release this guy again. So I won't get my hopes up anytime soon. But yeah, that is all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know down in the comments. But besides that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.